actually.
Yes, it was. It's just a wrestling group, but they're female wrestlers too.
It's like Odd Job. The Odd Job kill.
Yeah, they do, yeah. They die by the dozen everywhere. Anyway, the fact is,
Not where they play golf, isn't it?
it's the only bug.
Did you Google Vaudeville golf? I just Googled golf. I think
There's an app.
Vaudeville story, which. But I think it was basically since Evo Morales was in charge of Bolivia, right, who was their first indigenous president, who came in the early 2000s and sort of completely rehabilitated their reputations. They had been kind of ostracized, had all these horrible repressive rules made against them. And now they're doing so well, and it's a real great story, and they're quite well off. They've got all these celebrations about their heritage. I think they have a few indigenous people in parliament. They have lawyers, doctors, and it's quite nice because they have since literally back in the day when the Spanish colonized, and they wanted to distinguish them, the superior colonists, from the indigenous people. So they said, okay, well, what do people who are lower class do in Spain? They wear these big peasant dresses, and so they made them all wear these big peasant dresses. So they put them to say, you're beneath us, and the Cholitas just went, all right, we're going to own this.
It's interesting because the big dresses come from the Spanish peasants, and the bowler hats come from British, upper class people.
Yeah, right, yeah, fusion. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever drunk Coca-Cola?
No.
Yes.
What kind of question?
You might be right. You might be right that you haven't. So this launched in April 2010, and Coca-Cola, spelled Cola, C-O-L-L-A.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, is a local Coca-Cola, basically, that they've just manufactured on their own. So it has a red label with white writing. I mean, the packaging is very similar, but it's sold as a legit product there. They've not been in trouble. And
they're all right with this, or are we now getting them in trouble if someone?
No, it's becoming a bigger,
Because it's named after the Cola people.
Exactly.
And the coca nut, which is in it.
Yeah.
And they say to Coca-Cola, or if they call whoever owns Coca-Cola, they say, well, there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not sure Coca-Cola are particularly happy about it, but there's nothing they can do.
They're definitely not happy about it, no, but they can do fuck all. And they've got coca leaf extracts in it as well, so actually it's an illegal drink to be sold over here, so they're quite beautiful. It's aware, but for us,
I think we should legalize. I mean, we should probably
Throwing a party at your penthouse?
You guys sound like actors from the Saturday Night Live.
No, because
Right away.
when I was avenues,
Fucking hell.
I don't need you.
it's so honestly, when you've got a hangover and you're tired or anything, shoot a coca and it just makes you feel so much better.
Have you tried cocaine, James? You love it.
I read, if you go to a hotel, in the UK, they might have a bowl of curry. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
So
it's
all
like
the
hot
hotels in Peru,
You gotta keep it
they have a bowl of
It's actually a bowl with a hat upside down, and full of those things.
You sure it's not just potpourri? You've been
Guys, did you know, not 25 minutes walk from where we're sitting right now, is where the first bowler hats were sold.
Welcome to the Diamond Casino and Resort.
I mean, it might have been
Please have a look
invented in
around
someone's house,
and enjoy yourself.
but it was
And of
brought
course,
to St. James'
good luck.
to mock home hatters who've been going since basically the 17th century when they were founded. And the shop is still there today, so you can still buy hats from them. Yeah,
Cost her quite a lot.
do you? Right, so that's where the bowler hat is from.
That's very exciting.
That is exciting. Yeah.
Is that our next weekend bowler hat? Because I can see it. Of the four of us.
I didn't say you were white trash. I said your nails were white trash.
That's really, it's a nice shop there. I don't think they make a huge deal out of it on the
They
shop.
did have pictures of
No, they don't, and
butterflies on
their
them.
legacy is huge because they not only sell bowler hats, they sell all kinds of hats. They sold
Your name's
Admiral Lord
Shelley,
Nelson,
for
his,
Christ's sake.
what was it
Case
called?
closed.
Bike
One, sorry.
Yeah, the bike one that you bought. Yeah, the bike.
Come on.
They get very offended.
How old are you? Hat. know. I'd find a really exciting
element of surprise, I think, for you to call that.
According to Lux, it was devised by a pair of people called Thomas and William Bowler. Okay, and Edward Cook said, "Can you make this hat for us?" To Lux, and Lux said, "Well, we'll get our mates Thomas and William Bowler to make it." Now, according to the OED, the bowler hat gets its name because it's shaped like a bowl, not because it's named after these guys' bowlers. So I don't want to upset the people at Lock and Co, because I'm sure their story is completely true. Yeah. But there is a suggestion that maybe there's nothing to do with these Thomas and William Bowler people. And if you do look at the kind of newspaper archives, there was a thing called a bowl hat that existed before the bowler hats. You can see loads of examples of people having their bowl hats stolen and stuff like that.
So did the bowlers exist?
It feels like they were. In fact, they definitely existed. Thomas and William Bowler existed. Actually, there was another guy called William Bowler.
We might.
That existed before them, who was a famous hat maker. So there were bowlers who were making hats for sure. But whether these guys invented the bowler hat and gave a name to it, I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
It's tough and really cool.
I'm not going to walk past Lux shop in case it's on shop hat.
Do you know what they have on bowler hats? The curl at the edge, which I actually never noticed was a fundamental feature of them.
On the brim?
Yeah, so there's a brim, and then it curls very sharply inwards at a 40-degree angle, a little bit, and it's a D'Orsay curl, and it's named after Alfred.
Hello, Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help you?
I think he was the Byron of France.
Thank you, madam. Your spectacular aircraft is now ready for you at our nearest airfield.
Byron, in fact. And the other time you might have seen him, is he's the model for the New Yorker mascot. You know, you know, on the New Yorker.
Yeah.
He's actually not wearing a bowler
That's a top
hat in it.
hat.
That's a top hat. He wore a number of different hats. Just
But that's him. His face is him. Is what you're saying.
His silhouette is him. Yeah.
Monocle?
He's got a magnifying glass, I think, and maybe a monocle.
You're thinking of Monopoly.
Mr. Monopoly.
Yeah.
That was actually based on Keats.
Apparently, according to
Glad we set up that.
No, Anna, that's a great knowledge about D'Orsay.
I think let's connect the bowler hat to the New Yorker.
Sorry, what was the link? He invented the thing on the rim?
It was named after him.
The curl.
Because he was such a dandy. I guess he was a curly dandy.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Well, it's really cool as a strong term, but it's
probably the one thing I'll remember from this podcast.
I'm so annoyed about that.
The Susie Dent wrote an amazing book about how slang is used amongst different tribes of people, so like taxi drivers and dock workers and stuff like that. And she mentions in that section that Hackney taxi cabs, the height of the cab was based on the bowler hat height for when you're getting in. Yep, it sounds a bit dubious, but
I don't know what you're saying. I didn't say anything. All I did was pull a face. And the listener didn't notice that.
No, but I think that is a rumour that's sort of out there, isn't it? That,
but how come, I thought Hackney cabs were sort of for top hats, because bowler hats don't really have any height.
that would only add another centimetre or two to the height of the cab. Absolutely, but maybe a necessary extra centimetre. It feels like you wouldn't redesign the whole cab.
Well, you've got quite a long torso, Andy, don't you? Or do you have long legs, actually, and a short torso?
I've got a normal torso. I've got a normal torso, long legs, long neck, short head.
Okay.
And that's why the Murray cab, it has got a lot of legroom.
And then very low seating.
Before we were talking about bicorns, tricorns, and unicorns. There is what I suppose would be a quadricorn. And the quadricorn is very...
That's too much surprise, Andy, sorry.
That's awesome.
The idea of a four-cornered hat is not worth that.
That's incredible.
Okay. Alfred D'Orsay.
That's the thing I'm going to remember, Anna.
I suppose the reason it's interesting is because it is related to this fact, because it's the traditional hat of the Tiwanakan people of Bolivia.
Hey.
And that is like a really old culture, pre-Columbian culture in Bolivia. And they had these very intricately designed four-cornered hats that sort of the rich people would wear the intricately designed ones and the poor people would wear really plain ones. But you'd have like birds' heads you would stick on there. Some of them had wings attached to them.
That sounds a bit grim. Have you got a decapitated bird's head?
Well, they must have done some kind of, put pickled it or something.
Yeah, it was a different plane. It's popular back in the day to put dead birds and things, wasn't it? Valentine's cards
A
and so
full
on.
bird, yeah.
Not a okay, gotcha.
Like just chopping their head off and sticking it on.
The
Just
bloody neck sort of hanging out.
Yeah, see, I guess is that where we get
Hey there, what's shaking?
like wearing the knotted handkerchief on your head at the beach from?
absolutely not. No.
Uh-huh. I know a super chill place.
It would be
Here we
quite
go.
unusual for this culture to come back to life, have gone out before the Spanish came along and then travelled to 1950s seaside holidays.
One of the greatest test pilots in America for wartime planes was a gorilla wearing a bowler hat, smoking a cigar.
Okay.
Okay.
And what I've done there is tricked you, because actually it was a man. Allow you to say that. It's a guy called Jack Valentine Willems, and he's one of the greatest test pilots that were out there. And he used to take out planes that weren't ready, that they were advanced technology. He's a test pilot.
It is ready, right?
He's not ready. No, you're sorry. As in, you don't know the limits to which we can push this particular plane, so you can push it to places to see if it works. It's not like shooting into the sorry, no, these are true flights. And what he used to do, it's a bit of a practical joker, is he used to bring with him a gorilla mask, and he used to bring a bowler hat and a cigar, and he would fly up to other processions of planes that were flying, and he would have that gear on and wave at the other pilots. And I think, from what I've heard, the idea was that no one believed anything about the plane, let alone the pilots. They came and said, "I saw a new plane. It was being flown by a gorilla with a cigar and a bowler hat." That sounds a bit pushed for me. I think actually he was just a practical joker. But the idea was he was going to say no one would believe that pilot existed, therefore they might not believe the plane existed that was being tested either.
It was interesting that you tried his practical joke on us, didn't you?
Yes.
Because he was trying to make people think a gorilla was flying the plane, and you also kind of made us not even
Believed it.
Yeah.
But it was less dangerous in this context because we're just sitting around a table, whereas I think making a prank out of putting off pilots flying actual planes is very irresponsible.
Yes.
Were there quite a lot of comical, a pilot gets so distracted they fly into a mountain?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
400 deaths resulted. A comical flying into the mountain. Another death in the army